Well, today's guest is someone that I've had the pleasure of knowing. Fuck, man, I reckon 20 years, Jace. It's 20 years, like
It's a good 20 years.
20 years, and just the backstory. So before I bought this gym, I had seen Jason at Source. It was called Source at the time. It was underneath this gym, which was called Paul and Carol Beach Fit, was it?
Beach Fit, yeah.
Beach Fit, yeah. And I remember that day vividly because there was a massive flood outside. It was with Vic. It was a massive flood. It was a huge flood.
Yeah, you could get boats down it.
You can get boats down there 15 years ago. And so, and Jason will explain this, but the story goes, our booty room that everyone loves up there that Jason helped with, used to live in that room.
I used to live in that room. 15 years ago, I used to run. It was called Cudgee Beach Fitness back in the day.
Yeah, and Jason was, when Paul used to look for him, he was always down in the pool hall, which was underneath.
100%. But that booty room used to be 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And I used to sleep in one of there and open up on the Monday morning.
Is it true that Chris Cormier used to bunk in that room?
Chris Cormier.
Who else was there?
Phil Heath.
Phil Heath.
What you call
Ronnie Coleman? Was Ronnie?
Ronnie, like all of them, even the guys from Greece as well. Cafele, he used to, but back in the day, I used to go and pick them up from the airport, all these guys, and bring them down for Paul and Carol, like because they were here for the show.
Jay Cutler ever come as well? Was he? Yes.
Jay, all of them, and Tony Freeman.
Tony Freeman, yeah.
He was a head coach, that guy.
What was the rumor? He wanted to buy this gym.
He wanted to buy it, but he hadn't done it. He wouldn't even bring out $5 when we went out for a coffee. Like, he wouldn't put his hand in his pocket.
Wow.
I used to have a book.
Yeah.
And write down everything that people were buying.
So Quinn, he's telling you some of the biggest names in bodybuilding. Like, these are the biggest names that have been at this gym, past, present.
Trained in it,
slept in it.
I've trained with all of them, definitely.
You trained with all of them?
All of them back in the day.
And so what was your evolution? Obviously, you started working in, but before that, you were into your lifting, your powerlifting. What was the evolution for Jason before Gym Solutions? Because we're going to get into Gym Solutions as well.
Back in the early days, like, obviously I was living in Ireland with me. My dad was Irish, mum was English. My dad moved back there because there was no work, no money in Manchester, because that's where I'm originally from. And then we moved back there, and there was nothing to do in it. There wasn't even a bowling alley. So I used to carry a bucket, a ladder, and a chamois, and go and knock on doors and ask her to clean the windows for money back then.
Yeah.
And then I started training with another good friend of ours called Paul McCabe, and I used to do the Irish Powerlifting Championships. And I won that a few times. And then moved to London where my brother was, because my mum rang my brother and said, "You got to get this guy out of here, because he's going to kill himself drinking. He's got to get him out of here." And so I moved to London, and I lived in London for 14 years and did bodybuilding shows, and all my brothers did as well. As you probably know,
yes.
Mark,
I remember your brother from Rockdale.
That used to have the bakery.
With Kevin O'Grady.
All the ovens. Yeah. Kevin used to come and compete over in Europe and come and stay with us in Ireland in our house. So
that's why your brother and Kevin were so close.
Yeah, that's
back
right.
in Rockdale. That was Tiny Fitness. You know, people are getting a massive history lesson into, like, fitness in this country. Like, I've been doing it for 27 years. You've been in it forever. They're getting a massive history of the evolution of both of us, really. Because, like, I just came from a small gym where it was just me and my brother working. You came from, working behind the scenes and hustling. But when we went to, I think it was South Korea, you're talking about, was it badminton? What were you playing? Because
I used to play for Manchester in badminton.
Yeah.
When I was age of 8.
Yeah.
And then 9, and we were just about to turn pro badminton, and then my parents moved us to Ireland. So that sort of went downhill a little bit, but we were in the newspaper every week, the school for badminton. So,
Jace, like, in the industry with Gym Solutions, with the equipment, like with some of the brands that you got now, like Free Motion, New Tech, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about the new
Yeah,
brand,
we
Watson.
just took a Watson distributorship literally 2-3 days ago.
And obviously you got Tough Stuff, but BH Fitness as well. But your evolution. Obviously, you were you were a spray painter before, and the evolution of going into gym gear and you know reconditioning it, bringing it back to life. That's where you kind of. How did you start in it? Because, man, geez, you've come fucking a long way.
Well, I used to be a panel beater, paint sprayer, and a mechanic by trade for 22 years,
Yeah,
and then Paul Paul and Carol Graham were good friends with Mark, my
yeah,
brother,
yeah.
and then he used to bring all his cars to me to get fixed.
Mm,
And then at the end, he saw a big space in my factory, and he said, "Can I put some gym equipment in the corner of your factory?"
mm,
And I went, "Yeah, okay." And then all my clients started asking, "Who owns that equipment? Can I buy a piece?"
mm,
And then I got asked to start selling a bit of it, and before you know it, I was selling a shitload of it.
mm,
And then I sort of got divorced back then and transitioned into 22 years in the panel beating industry was enough for me.
mm.
And I want to transition into something I like and
Yeah.
love. And then I just started servicing gym equipment.
Mm.
And then I bought one treadmill, sprayed it, fixed it. Then I bought two. And now I'm probably one of the biggest distributors in Australia.
It's huge, man. Like when I think about it, like when I go to your factory and I look at all the stuff in there, all the stuff that you're bringing in, all the gyms across the country that you're distributing to, the relationships that you're creating. Like from me, and you probably say the same in me, but the evolution of what you've been able to do. Did you think it's hard? Like you always believe you can do a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone, you got to believe something. You got to have to
Yeah.
have a certain
Yeah.
set of beliefs. Did you believe like it was gonna become this huge?
Not at all. Not at all. I just figured if I changed my career halfway through my life and get away from paint fumes, that'd be a good move. But I ended up getting back into paint fumes and painting gym equipment. So for me, no, I didn't. Never in wildest dreams.
Mm,
But I guess when you put your head down and your ass up,
mm,
anything's achievable.
yeah,
Especially in business,
yeah,
you just gotta connect with the right people. It's
mm,
about people building as
yeah.
well. It's not just about being able to sell.
And like one thing I know about you, I'm the same, right? Like it's hard to create something like you because of where you grew up,
Mm,
in England. Because
mm,
we were watching a movie, I remember we were on the airplane. You go, mate, that's similar to how I grew up. And I remember it was that movie we were watching like in the pub, and they didn't accept these new people moving into the area,
yeah.
and it was like real old England, like what it used to be like.
Yeah, that was a bit like Northern Ireland
Yeah.
because there's two parts to Ireland, which was Southern Ireland, Northern Ireland. And we used to go to all the rally car driving and I
Mm,
used to do stock car racing.
yeah.
And there were snipers in the ditch everywhere in Northern Ireland
Mm,
doing checkpoints because back then that's when all the bombings were all happening in England and around the world,
mm,
basically. And it was just lethal,
yeah.
really, really bad.
And sometimes like I always say to people, like, man, you haven't walked in these shoes to be able to go to that next level,
Mm,
right? Like think about this, right? How old are you now? You're
53
53.
now.
But think about the point when you started to really see something. It was probably 4 or 5 years ago, right? Probably 4 years ago.
Yeah, like 4 years ago, I could see a big change in the industry happening.
But you were 48, 49, right? This
Yeah.
is when like you started to kind of make it. But this is what I want people to realize. Like you were fucking 48, 49. It's like you had to work a whole lifetime to achieve this. And then people look at it and go, oh, he's lucky, right? But there's no fucking such thing as luck.
No such thing as luck. If anybody says that to me, I just dismay it because you create your own luck and you are your own device.
Mm,
And if you don't put your head down and be determined in anything you do in life, you'll never make it.
yeah.
But it's determination, probably. Plus, not only that, the people around me and the
Mm,
team
mm,
as well. It's not just me. It's
Yeah.
like my partner as
Yeah,
well,
Deb.
Debbie.
Yeah.
Like she's been the tower of strength as
Mm.
well. And without people like that around you being positive, there's been some hard days where like
Yeah.
there's no money in the bank,
Yeah.
and you're like, holy, what
Fuck.
what am I going to do this week
Yeah.
to pay the rent?
Mm.
And there was weeks like that.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, it still gets to that point because
Yes.
the more you get involved in brands,
The
the
more it
more
costs.
outlay you've got to do because the more containers you got to buy.
But let's go back to because I'm kind of lucky. I know a lot about you, but I remember talking to Deb and you where you're in the equipment space and you decide to open a gym in Cronulla well, look at what you had to kind of go through to get to this point, understanding. Well, I definitely don't want a gym now. I know what I want,
Mm.
and how much of a strain did that put in the relationship
Oh,
at that point with you
uh,
and Deb?
we're actually lucky to be together today, I reckon.
I remember the
I,
story, man.
I reckon because I was running Gym Solutions. We were in Caringbah back
Yeah.
then. We literally took out 20 skips of bricks out of this restaurant.
Mm.
Actually, I had my daughter's christening in the function room in the back of that club
Wow.
as well.
Yeah.
And then I stripped it and made it
Yeah.
into a gym. But it was a very unique gym.
Yeah.
But it put so much strain on the relationship, not
Yeah.
on the relationship, on the whole, like our well being
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy.
But I
People
know what
think
it's
it's
like.
easy, like
No, well,
you.
I had Stevie and Marley around the corner,
Yeah.
and I could see my wife was struggling, and it was during COVID, and I was looking at it, I'm going, fuck, this is I got to do something here. This could end. And it's funny because we were eating out on Father's Day, and my kids go, "Do you remember when we had Stevie and Marley? How hard that was on us?" And you got to make a decision at that point.
Mm.
You got to make a decision, and they're tough decisions. But I remember when I was talking to Deb, and Deb goes, Mets, I said to her, mate, if this something doesn't happen now, this ends, and it does that. But no one understands the story behind the brand.
Oh, not at all. Like, Gym Solutions, like I came up with that name like over 15 years ago.
Mm.
And it's a testament to what
Wow.
we are. Like, we are a solution to gyms.
Mm.
We've pretty much got everything covered. We're a full box and dice now.
Mm.
And we've evolved in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Good connections, good people like yourselves, and, good relationships. Like, not many people can say, I still know this guy after 20 years.
Mm.
And look what we're doing for you
Well,
here.
it's funny. I was thinking like we had such a good time in South Korea, but I was thinking when we were
That
sitting
was
at that
bloody funny.
bar and you go, Mets, I can get Luke Lewis. And then we had Luke Lewis in that chair there.
Well,
You
I
know what I mean?
said,
And that's why the
yeah.
relationships and matter a lot. Like matter, as you get older, they matter a lot, and it it, it it shapes who you become. And like one thing I know about you being on the road, like you're tenacious. Like you're competitive against yourself.
Oh,
And
it's,
we chat a lot, and
yeah.
and one thing I've realized with you is you haven't got anything bad to say about your competitors. You just kind of flourish in the competition. Has that been something that's been with you for a long time?
Look, I don't believe, I believe if you don't believe in your own brands or your brand that you're actually promoting yourself, I don't believe that you should be in that industry or even selling that product.
Mm,
Like, you've got to believe in what you are selling, and to be jealous of another competitor, it just shows your insecurity about your brand and your product, what
mm,
you've got. For me, I know I've got top quality brands, and that's what I've looked for, the diversity of the big brands
mm,
and the big players in the industry. And me, Gym Solutions, I think we've got the best brands amongst all the other players
mm.
now. And I'm happy for everybody else to have. There's enough out there for everybody.
Yes, there is.
I don't believe that there's not enough out there. The industry's growing
Mm,
like hugely.
yep.
And the big box and dice, as I call it, which is like your club here,
Mm.
where everybody wants to go and pay one figure for one, and they've got everything there at their fingertips.
I remember when you started training, you were like, "Man, you got to make some changes in here," and then, but you didn't realize we're going to change everything. What about the story? Like, you're going to Germany and we turn up to your warehouse,
Yeah, I think I was
and we
in.
go,
I think I was in
bro,
Queensland
you were in Queensland.
or
Actually, you
Melbourne.
were. No, you were somewhere.
I was doing an
Because we
install.
told Deb.
Yeah,
And we said, Deb, get him on the phone now. We're going to tell him.
yeah.
And that was 2
That was
weeks
a
prior.
blowout. I was like, nah, you guys are
We said,
fucking
let's
shitting
talk
me.
about some funny stories
You
here, right?
guys are fucking shitting me. I'm going. You're taking the piss because you're in front of my missus, and you're like, and what did Murat say? Oh, you can't go over there now and play up and run amok. He goes, I'm like, my missus is coming with me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I thought you were actually taking the wee out of me, and I went, do you know what? I take my hat off to you for actually jumping on it and doing it. I think that was your first time there, wasn't it?
It was the first time. Like, one thing, like, me and Mirat are very spontaneous. I mean, you made me spontaneous. You made me do something I've never done in my life. You turn up at the gym on a Sunday and you go, I'm going to South Korea on the Monday. And for all my life, I've wanted to go, I decide to go somewhere tomorrow. I'm getting on a plane. And that was the first time because of you.
I take my hat off to you for actually doing that. I'm like,
What do you mean? My wife booked the tickets.
the boys were on tour again. Like, we're in Germany. That was a really good laugh. Because we got the Paviflex flooring, which you guys
That's right.
like again.
And he's a terrific guy too.
Yeah. So he's coming for the trade show
Yeah,
in
he's a terrific
October.
guy.
He's really, really good.
Yeah.
And we got that, and then I've got some pictures of me and you.
Oh,
I swear to God,
mate, we drank hard, bro.
you didn't. I've never seen you drink, but
I was sculling these massive pint beers, like, and if I start, bro, I go pretty hard, man.
he was putting me to
Yeah.
shame, and I'm half Irish. I tell you.
But hey, how good was the food? And it was such a good night. But the best part about it was, like, we were there, we're looking at things that we are going to get. We had this kind of vision and this
Look, I
place
think
we were trying to go to.
well, you were doing what I did in over 15 years,
Yeah,
so I guess you were kind of good that you were with me, and you were meeting all these good people because they took us out for meals and
yeah.
gave us drinks,
It
and
was amazing.
but it
man.
was good connection with good people.
Good people.
Like, and that's what I try and affiliate Gym Solutions with good connections with good people
Yeah,
like yourselves,
Yeah.
and they appreciate, like my experience in the industry.
100%. But you know what I also love about it, because, like, I always feel like you're a product of the people you're around.
Yeah,
And as you're going well, and we're sharing ideas and people that we utilize,
yeah,
so we can help each other's business grow further. But what's good about it is, when you're around like-minded people, the tide rises together. Like, you're trying to elevate together. You're trying to push
yeah.
the levels and the standards that you can increase with. How important is that to be around the right people? And I'm sure, like, with you, you're getting around that a lot more now too.
Oh, it's massive to be around the right people because, if you've got one negative vibe, even in your camp, even in your staff camp, it will bring everyone down in the camp.
Yeah.
For me, it's imperative to have the right positive minds, healthy mind,
Yeah.
like in the industry. Moving forward, like knowing what you want, go for it. Don't procrastinate. Procrastinate, you get nowhere.
Yeah.
And I believe in not.
Yeah.
Make a decision there and then.
And like, we've been in Germany and South Korea together.
Korea was crazy.
Korea was crazy. Like that one night
The
with
captain
with
of
the captain.
New Tech.
That was a crazy night. The way how I found the hotel was unbelievable.
You were like you were like freaking Houdini. We're like, now you see him, now you don't.
Yeah.
We're like, where is this guy? He's got the beers, he's got the chips. We're getting going home, and then you just disappear.
I can't believe, like what people don't realize, like, when we're on, people call it a vacation, but when we're in South Korea, how many times we're on phone calls with our own businesses, like, we didn't stop working. This is what people don't realize. They go, these guys go everywhere, but did we stop working for one moment?
No.
Even when we were catching the plane back from South Korea, you could see I was on the phone. You were on the phone. It was non-stop.
Well, as soon as I came back from Korea, obviously, I sat down and signed the 3-year contract there.
Yeah.
I was on the phone when we landed, on the phone to the fitness show expo.
Well, I remember I got on the phone with him.
Getting another stand organized for that brand because it's worthy of a trade show stand. Yeah. And when people see it in October, it's on the water. Yeah. You better bloody turn up.
Yes.
But when they see it, they'll see why we're excited about it.
But like people, and that's what I want people to understand, because part of this show is about, talking to business owners, talking to sports people, because you want to get in the mindset of individuals. But
Mm.
whether you're in Germany, whether you're in Cambodia, whether you do you kind of like, obviously you have time off with your wife, but how on do you have to be to build something successful as what you're building right now?
For 15 years, I've been doing 14, 15-hour days
Mm,
every single day.
mm,
When you go home, you don't switch off.
yeah,
That's when all the paperwork side of it
mm,
starts. That's when I've got to answer emails.
yeah,
That's when America come online, Spain come
mm,
online, Germany comes online.
yeah,
Like you got to start relating all a day's work in the space of 3
yeah,
hours, and then try and shut off from that
yeah,
afterwards, which is it's testing on a relationship,
yeah,
like huge.
100%.
But you don't switch off. You're constantly on the go.
And like I've had people come up to me and they kind of want to have the kind of same life that we have, and I always say to people, you have to be built differently. You have to, Jace, because not everyone.
Mentally,
Yeah, you have to, because sometimes, like, I don't know if you feel the same as me, but sometimes I don't want people to have my life. I want them to have a life where they don't have to stress about it. But for me, I have to be that way. I have to have things happening. Are you the same?
I'm the same. I'm on the go
Yeah.
24/7. If I'm even when I go away,
Mm.
it's so hard for me to switch off.
Yeah.
Like I literally got to throw my phone away, or my
Yeah.
partner will take the phone
Yeah. Yeah.
because I can't switch off.
Remember
I'm constantly.
one Sunday when you came in and I'm trying to talk to Deb, goes, Mets, that's enough. We've got to go.
That's what exactly.
That's all.
That was a testament to itself, right there. She's like, "This is our day.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's it. Cut off
Yeah.
time."
Yeah.
It's hard,
It's
very hard,
hard.
and
Yeah.
you'll be the same.
I'm the same, and I was having a conversation the other day at home. I said, if you really want my life, it's pretty cool. Like I get to play. It's like a game for me. Like I'm
Mm,
winning, I'm losing, I'm
mm.
up, I'm down. It's this balance. But I don't believe it's for everyone, because I say to people, I even say to my kids, and you'd agree with me on this one, like work for a company for 10 years and be the best there. Like just be the best. If you decide to do something there, make sure you've done every part of that business and then go out on your own. But understand what the owners go through, how many sleepless nights they've had, how long they've worked for, so
Mm.
you can understand what success looks like.
I don't think many people understand what that is entailed just
Yeah.
to get to where I'm 53 now. I've worked
Mm.
all my life. Like, and when I got divorced, I had to start with no money again.
Yeah.
Like, I used to sleep on my factory floor
Yes.
in my
Remember
panel
you were
beat
telling me the story when we were overseas.
in my panel beating shop. I used to
Mm.
sleep on the floor
Mm.
because we didn't no money.
Yeah.
And you start again, and look where we are today.
Yeah.
But people think, oh, you're okay, you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well because I've put the hard yards in
Mm.
and I've done 15-hour days
Yeah.
to get to where I am.
Yeah.
And like, you say, oh, well, how can you afford that car?
Yeah.
I can afford it because the bank says I can borrow
Borrow. Yeah.
it. It doesn't mean I go out and spend all the money.
100%.
It's about being educated in how you spend your
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah. And when we were on the aeroplane, I remember we're going to South Korea. We had the exit seats, and your sciatica was very bad. It was very bad.
Oh,
And then I'm going,
killing me.
how the hell, like, mate, your job is physical, bro. Like it's fucking physical.
Yeah, no, just go
And
to
I've
Titans
watched you
fucking
work with
stairs
that
and you'll see how
sciatica,
physical.
where your workers are then you go, get out of my way, mate. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah,
But
I get
but like
frustrated.
but like, man, you push, and I was with you. Even when you had the reflux and we had to find the Gaviscon, I was there. But this guy, he's got these ailments that most people would go, man, I can't do that. I've got sciatica, I got this, I got that.
Yeah.
But you push, like how important, and this is what I want people to understand, is to be able to push through the pain barrier if you want a good life.
You've got to be mentally trained yourself to push
Mm.
through a pain barrier. For me, I don't want to let myself down that where I can't do it.
Mm.
I know I can do it,
Yeah.
and my mind tells me I can do it.
Mm.
So therefore, I just go and I do it.
Yeah.
but my sciatica was killing me,
Well, I've seen
absolutely
it, man.
killing me.
I
I
was
couldn't
laughing
even.
at you.
I had to keep
Not in
twist.
a bad way, but I'm
I
going,
had to
fuck,
keep
this guy
twisting,
can't sit still.
and then I got reflux, like you're having a full blown fucking heart attack, as well on top of that. And I
Fucking
was
hell.
like, nah, come on, let's do it. We're doing
Yeah.
it. We're getting it done.
Yeah.
Because I like to go in. I don't like to mess around when I go to jobs. I like to get the job done efficiently, fast for people, and they see the value of what they're getting from us at the end of the day.
So you got some great brands, right?
Yeah,
You got some
so
great brands. You got Free Motion, you got New
Watson's
Tech,
now.
Watson's. Which ones? I know you can't say this, but which one are you the most excited about? They're all exciting ones. I like a lot of
I'm
them.
excited about them all,
Yeah.
to be honest with
Yeah.
you, because
They're
we've
three
got
big brands, man.
well 4 or 5 brands. Though.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but
So we got Watson's,
Mm.
New Tech,
Mm.
we've got BH Fitness, we've got Free Motion,
Yeah.
we've got Booty Builder,
yes, Beauty Builder
and Paviflex
Flex
Flooring as
Flooring.
well. Between that, we can cater for any facet, any
Yeah.
gym, any hotel, any school,
Mm.
any home.
Yeah.
We've got everything
Yeah.
covered.
And was that your mindset going into it, Jason? Did you go, fuck, I'm missing this, man. They're asking for this. I'm missing this. They're asking for this. I'm missing this. They're asking for this.
Yeah.
Was that like, because I can tell you now in this business too, because I am going to get the Pilates beds from you as well. But I can tell you in this business, I was going, fuck, they're asking for this. I don't want to miss out on that. I don't want to miss out on that.
Well,
So what happens is with that extra, like, I've got to do this, this, and this, it's extra work. It's extra pressure. But
yeah.
but I feel like I have to have that. Is that how you felt?
I feel I have to have it because if they don't have it with me,
They're gonna go somewhere else.
they're going to go somewhere else. And if I can cater for everything, most gym people that are setting up gyms nowadays want to deal with one person.
Yes.
So that they get, if they're going to go for finance, that's what they do.
Yeah.
One person, one bill, all covered.
Yeah.
But for me, like you'd know, like, because you took the punt.
Yeah.
You saw New Tech in Germany.
Yeah.
You've seen Watson's in Germany.
Yep.
You've seen Free Motion in
Yes.
Germany.
I tried it all out.
We got you on all of it.
Yeah.
You and Murat,
Right, yeah.
and Mems was
Mems.
out having a cigarette every 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, he was the best.
He's a character. He was like missing in action. He fucking goes missing every 5 minutes. Where's Mems? Where's Mems? But all them brands, obviously, you've picked the best box and dice out of them brands. Why? Because I've got them all.
Yes.
And you're dealing with one person.
Yep.
Like we've done 2 flooring,
Yes.
2 Paviflex floors.
Yes.
You've got probably between
We're about to do a
16.
third.
You got probably 16, 18 pieces of Free Motion up there.
Yeah.
You've got a full set of
Benches.
flex decks,
Yep.
treadmills,
Yep.
which the members here are
Unbelievable.
raving about.
Yep.
Like unbelievable
Yep.
treadmills. Free Motion, the cardio and Free Motion is
It was
unbelievable.
unbelievable. Yeah.
And then you've got all the benches. You've got all the Olympic benches.
Yeah.
And then you bought 26 pieces of New Tech
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
Then we're coming downstairs and doing
Yeah.
new Paviflex flooring.
Yes.
Like you guys are like revamping.
You know what it was this year? Like, you kind of. This year's been a big year because we've changed a lot of things in the business.
Massive
It's
here.
probably been one of the most. I would say it's the biggest change we've made. If I look at the last 27 years in business, this year's been the biggest change, and I'm looking at the final quarter of the year is where we make the biggest gains. I'm probably working harder than ever. I'm bringing so many different things together in this space to take it to that next level. And I feel like you, and I think being around you and going overseas has changed my view on the industry itself and where it's going is what I want to talk to you about right now, because you cover so many things in the fitness industry. Where do you see it going? You've seen all these little boutique places open up, like, you got these brands that are sort of the offshoots of F45 that kind of went down, but then you got these big box gyms that are catering for more. Like, where do you see the fitness industry going?
Well, the fitness industry has done full circle.
Yeah.
Like there was all these small boutique places opening up, and they were taking a lot of members from the big box, I call them.
Yeah.
And it's done full circle now. It's come back to the big box and dice.
Yeah.
Lifestyle has changed. Cost of living has gone up. People can't afford to go to an F45 for 3 classes. They can't go to a Pilates class.
Yeah.
They want to go to one place where they've got a reasonable dollar
Hmm.
and they can get everything in one house and they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And the big box and dice has come back huge,
Yeah.
huge. All the big gyms are going to capitalize on all these small boutiques
Hmm.
closing. I believe in the industry.
Yeah. Because you've seen the evolution already. Because
Mm.
you're seeing those small boutiques constantly closing down.
Yeah.
So that might go well for 2-3 years, but then the evolution is that they don't cater for enough, and they are too expensive for catering for that one thing.
Well, like you do a functional class like this
Yeah.
downstairs that you've got.
Yeah.
Like most people, like an F45, how many classes you get? 3 or 4 classes and it's $65.
Yeah.
They don't want to just come to that class. They want a gym.
Yeah.
They want to go to a Pilates.
Yeah.
You guys have got the booty room now.
Hmm.
You're catering for everything. Like you said, you're going to get the Pilates beds.
Yeah.
You're already doing, how many classes a week do you do here?
We
30,
do
30
82
plus?
classes a week.
82 class.
82 classes a week.
There you go. Not many places can cater
Yeah.
82 classes a week.
Yeah.
That's-
And the
that-
variety. You
that's
got yoga,
phenomenal.
you got Pilates, you got pump, you got HIIT, you got boxing. You're going to have reformer Pilates soon. You got spin.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, how can I cover more? How can I have more quality, flooring, lighting, all those kinds of things, so that when people walk in at every level, they get an experience.
More bang for your buck,
Yeah.
basically.
Obviously, you're continuing to grow, and after we left Germany, we booked Germany straight away.
Mm.
How important is it for people like yourself, people like me, to go to these expos, to be at the forefront and see everything out there? So, because the industry is changing fast as well. So, how important is it to be at the forefront consistently?
Look, the strength industry, you have to be at the forefront. You have to be evolving. You have to be upgrading your facilities. Look, it's every 5 years they're saying upgrade your facilities, but I believe you should be introducing at least one new toy every 6 to 12 months,
Yeah.
at least,
Yeah.
to get diverse.
Yeah.
I think you need to be there at the forefront of it to make sure that your business is going to evolve. Because if you don't, and you've got the same old equipment sitting there for like 10 years
Yeah.
or 5 years even, people get sick of that same movement. It's evolving in a way where people are putting 3 and 4 brands into the clubs now, not just one brand.
Yeah.
And that's why I have got what I've got,
Yeah.
and I cater for what I've got. I believe I've got probably the best brands on the market, with Watson's, New Tech, Free Motion, BH, Booty Builder.
Yeah.
It's what Booty is like.
It's huge.
Whoever thought you'd be saying I need a bum?
I know.
Huh?
Well, fuck, you go back to the 80s, man. No one
No one
Who was
wanted a
talking
bum.
about asses?
Yeah, no one wanted a bum. Now
They
they
wanted a
want
pancake.
Now they want it big and round.
Yeah, I know.
That's how it's evolved.
Yeah. And one thing I've noticed with you, you've also got into the hot and cold therapy areas as well, because you're seeing a huge influx in those areas.
Yeah, well, we've got the pure wellness solutions,
As
like
well.
which we got ice baths, saunas, cold plungers, whatever you want in the fitness industry. I can cater for it, basically.
Yeah.
We're selling quite a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff. Recoveries come big.
Yeah. And, going to Germany next year, what's funny? Like, fucking 11 halls, I was fucking blown away how fucking big it was.
But you never get to the 11 holes.
No, I didn't. I didn't get to
I
get
think
there.
we only. I think we only did 3.
Well, think about it. We were just buying a bit of free motion. Do you know what I mean? We weren't
Initially.
buying fucking new.
Initially.
Yeah. Now it's revamping the whole club, and so when we went there, I said to Mary, mate, we didn't even see everything. So next year we're going in, going, okay, we're going to set a new standard. By April we're going to go all out.
Yeah.
But what's the next standard we're going to set when we go there? So I'm going in there with completely different eyes, because I was exposed to Germany. I was exposed to South Korea. I got to see their operation. I can't wait. When's the new factory happening, Nutex?
That was out of control too.
Oh, wasn't that out of control?
Like he's got 100,000 square meters. Is that what he said to us?
It was a ridiculous amount, because
he had to put dynamite down into the canyon just to blow the rock.
Yeah.
To get level ground.
Yeah.
So he's doing 3 levels. He said.
That's right.
dispatch, manufacturing. So I think it's about 300,000 square meters
Yeah.
he's doing of a new factory as well.
That's huge, man.
Watsons have just done another massive manufacturing factory.
Wow. Where are they?
Great Britain.
Great Britain.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's all made in England.
Wow.
Yeah,
So is that another road trip
yeah.
for us?
Simon and Rob is
Is
brilliant.
that
Yeah,
another road trip for us?
yeah, it's definitely a road trip. But you go to England, I'll bring you all to the English pubs. They're good.
Fuck. I don't know if I'll come
Yeah,
back
so
alive.
he just brand new factory.
Yeah.
Simon's always innovating as well. Like
Yeah.
so you got Simon, you've got the captain of
Captain, yeah.
Newtech. That guy goes home once a month to his
You
family.
remember?
To his family.
I know.
He sleeps in the
Yeah.
factory.
Yeah. People don't understand what it takes.
You know, he's
It
evolved 5 more new machines
Has he?
since
There you
we've
go,
been there.
man. Yeah, but his mind doesn't stop.
Yeah, but
This is for me. I feel quite fortunate.
it's a
this year.
disease.
Oh, fuck, I think I got a bit of his disease coming back. I haven't stopped.
Yeah.
You know, I was just in Thailand. We're talking about the next retreat end of October, and you know, there's what that's like. This year's been an extremely busy year for me. I've been fucking to a lot of places throughout the whole globe.
Yeah.
And it's really leveled me up. It really has, and I think it's done the same for you. Yeah, like I can't. Look, I'm kind of lucky. I love this industry, but it's fucking hard. It's hard.
It's hard. You're
It's
trying to sell
extremely
every day
hard.
as well.
Yeah,
That's what you do. You try and sell every day.
yeah. Like it's so hard, but because I love it and I've spent like more than half my life doing it, I just said to myself, and I think you're doing the same. This is the point where I'm going to really go for it. I'm going to go for it and leave no stone
Yeah.
unturned.
Yeah.
And, you know, having that mindset and having that foresight of what you got to do, like what I realized this year, especially after COVID, going overseas and seeing all these things is so valuable. It's so
It's
valuable.
an eye opener.
It's an eye opener. And like even, and I've got to take you out for dinner. We've got to go for dinner soon. I'll get Susie to book it. I'll get her to book
She wants seafood this time.
Does she?
Yeah.
Fuck, red meat, bro.
I've got the best seafood restaurant.
We're gonna go for seafood. But let me ask you a question. Sydney Fitness Expo. You're gonna have one of the biggest stands there.
I've got 4 stands.
You're gonna have the biggest. It sounds like you got the biggest stand. And these other companies have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
We know some of the names. We know some of the people playing the game.
Yeah.
They're nice guys.
Nice guys.
But you got the biggest one. You know, when you come out with the biggest, you got to, like you get a target, right? Like I'm doing podcasts, I'm in videos, I'm fucking doing retreats.
Yeah.
I got a target on my back too, Jason.
Don't worry, I can feel the target on mine.
Yeah. So when you're playing in any game,
Yeah.
right? One thing you got to do is be diplomatic, be nice. Don't be an asshole. Be nice to everyone.
Yeah.
Like you've seen before this podcast, I got stopped 3-4 times. I'm like, fuck. But I knew what I had to do here. But I'm like, fuck, man. It's just,
But
can you
that's
leave me alone? Do you feel like that sometimes? Can you
every
leave me alone?
day.
Can you leave me
Every
alone?
day. The phone rings non-stop
Yeah.
every day. I have to throw it away sometimes.
Yeah.
I threw it away and I even broke my camera. I even broke my camera on the freaking thing. It just like
Yeah.
it's just non-stop.
Yeah.
Non-stop, and then you get pulled from pillar to post
Yeah.
all day long.
All day.
Answer this question. Tell me what we're doing with this.
Yeah.
Why is that logistics not turning up?
Yeah.
What's happening? This customer is not happy because the time frames are starting to move.
Yeah.
Like you got to pacify and keep people happy all the time. Like, but we do try our best to do everything in the right manner.
It's not easy, and I always say to people
Not at all.
like people go to me, "Oh, why isn't that fixed?" I go, "Man, I go, you got to understand, they've got this many workers, and they're getting busy, and they have to get used to the new infrastructure of how to add these new people to the business."
Yeah.
And I go, sometimes you have to be patient. I go, as long as you're communicating with them. But, when a new person starts in the industry, they don't understand all that. Like a new gym comes, they don't understand how much maintenance has to go, what kind of communication you have to have, what kind of relationships you have to create. That's not easy. And like when a lot of people come, and so I always say to people, don't try and do what we've done as Titan Fitness. Maybe go to a franchise. Maybe do something completely different, because you need systems and processes. I've been lucky enough to do this all my life, so I can see certain things that most people won't be able to see.
Well, 9 times out of 10, you've got to have a handbook that you've got to hand people over
Yeah,
because they don't know what they're in for.
yeah,
But unless they get on top of it from the get go,
yeah,
they'll be in a world of pain.
Yeah.
And they'll be pedaling backwards.
yeah,
So they need someone that's educated in the industry. They
Yeah.
need a bit of guidance.
yeah,
And if you don't give it to them, they're like lost sheep.
yeah,
So you gotta make sure you give them something. Like us, we try and give as much backup support as possible.
yeah,
Even like designing the gyms,
Yeah.
and because most people that are opening a gym, you wouldn't believe,
yeah.
they haven't a
No
clue
idea.
what they're doing.
Yeah,
They don't even understand equipment.
yeah,
I'm like, do you know what you want to buy?
yeah,
No, I don't know. I don't even know. They go. I'm
Yeah.
like, really?
yeah,
So then you're on an educational program before
Yeah.
you even start selling.
yeah.
This is why you
How
should
often does that happen? Does that happen
every
a
time.
lot?
Every time, unless it's like you guys have been in the industry.
No, yeah.
But like
Fuck,
even
mate,
going
you
to
can't buy
Germany.
experience, man.
Yeah, but like even in Germany, like how big of an eye opener was that?
Oh, it was huge, man. I didn't realize how many brands there are.
Ah,
There's more. Like I didn't realize how many brands there are in the just the equipment side of it. It was an eye opener.
yeah, but you only seen 3 holes.
I know.
Will you go to the other 10?
Yeah.
Like
Next year, bro.
yeah, there's just so
I'm
much
gonna be
different.
the first there, last to leave.
Yeah. I'll be the first in and the first out.
First to leave, I know. How intense is it? Like it's intense in there. There's so much happening.
Again, like back to what you were saying. You were saying, people think that you're on a holiday. Oh, you live a good life. But when you're actually at a trade show, even for me,
Yeah.
you have to be switched on,
Focused.
focused 24/7.
So, yeah.
Even like to pick up something
Yeah.
that's different, new, unique,
Yeah.
which is why I go to these shows to
Yeah.
get that next diverse thing.
Yeah.
But I believe we've got the full box and dice
Yeah.
now of what we need.
Yeah. Jace,
Just evolve.
we went down memory lane. We talked about, all our tours, amazing tours this year. One thing we didn't touch base on was how funny was Mems, my brother.
Mems was off top. I love Mems to death. Even Debbie loved him.
Yeah.
Even Debbie was going around looking, where's Mems? Where's Mems? Oh, he's out the back there. We lost, how many times did we lose him in the show?
We lost him that
How
many
many times?
But I remember we were going back to Dusseldorf and we lost Mems and we're trying to find him and we're trying to find the train line to get there. And it took us an hour, me and Mirat. Anyway,
He was on the same train,
we were
wasn't
on
he?
the same train. He was on the front carriage, we were on the back
And
carriage.
you were looking for him and he was
And
down
we're
the
looking
front.
for him. And he made it back and I said to Mirat, mate, you know what, bro? He'll make it back somehow. I don't know how the fuck he's going to do it, but he'll make it back.
He's resilient, that guy.
He's resilient. I couldn't believe he was on the fucking same train.
He's like, don't worry, Joyce, I'll get there. I'll get there. Where are you going, Mems? You're going for a cigarette. Okay.
So this is the best part about it. Like when you've done it for this many years, these are the spoils that you get into your late 40s, into your 50s.
Yeah.
These are the rewards that you get.
Yeah. Look,
People want them, like a lot of the young people want them in their early 20s, man.
yeah, but you got to work for it.
You got to work
Unfortunately, it just
Fuck.
doesn't hand on your lap unless
Yeah.
you're lucky.
Yeah.
Unless, you get everything handed to you.
If you get everything handed to you, but I was saying you see some of these guys that are 21 that are successful, but there's some people that are freaks that have started at 12, whether they were YouTube content creators or whatever. They started at 12, they've done 10 years. And people go, look at that guy, overnight success. Wait a second, he's been doing it for 10 years.
Exactly.
And he's been relentless every single day. When people look at success, they have to look at it like this. How many hours can you put in? How many days in a row can you do it? And how many years can you back it up for?
Not only that, are you willing to do it?
100%, man.
If you're not willing to do it,
Yeah.
if you're in your mindset that you're going to achieve it and it's going to happen there and then, you're in the wrong game.
Yeah.
You got to work.
Yeah.
You got to work hard at it.
Yeah.
Everything, every day.
And you could be sick. You could have.
You can't be sick.
You can't be sick.
You can't
100%.
be sick. You can't be sick.
Like
You're not allowed
I got
to get
back
sick.
from Thailand, and my wife goes, "Are you sick?" I said, "No, I'm not sick." I go, "I might be sick, but in my head, I'm not sick." I got work to do, man.
No, I woke up this morning the same way, and I'm like, no.
I said, I got work to do. There's no way I can be sick.
You go down for one day, put
But
you back one
it's
month.
a mind thing too, right? Like you can convince you're sick and you're not sick.
Look, us species as men,
Yeah.
when we get sick, it takes a long time. But when we get sick, and
Oh,
we go down like a bag of shit.
big time.
Yeah, if we're sick, we're sick.
Yeah.
But normally, I don't get sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, eat healthy, like
100%.
eat your greens and your broccoli.
Your soup.
Yeah, and
Your
soup.
soup. You remember your soup diet?
Fucking soup diet. Go on a soup diet if you want to lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah.
I do something, Patty. When you wake up in the morning, I wake up every day and I'm excited of what this day is going to bring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it tiring? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it hard? Yes.
Yeah.
But do I get excited when I do something every day? Just that one little thing every day.
Yeah.
Like for me, if I'm helping someone get fit and I'm supplying, that's enough for
That's
me.
the best. I'm the same. I was excited today. I had a lot to do. Got to do this. Got to fix up a couple of invoices. When Murat comes tomorrow, we're going to finish the rest off. And I want to finish that off this week because I go, if I finish these things off, I feel better. And we're going to do that. But man, thanks a lot, Jace, for coming in. I think we hit everything. You got some great brands. You got Watson, you got New Tech, you got Free Motion, you got BH Fitness. Plus, you got a plethora of other stuff that you do at Gym Solutions. People can find you at Gym Solutions. I've sent a lot of people towards your way. And you recondition equipment, you spray equipment, you do absolutely everything A to Z. You got amazing treadmills from Free Motion, but a lot of great things from Free Motion itself. And we've got up here at Titan Fitness. Plus, you cover the flooring and the wellness space and the Pilates beds. Have I missed anything?
Not a thing. The only one thing is
did I
that
miss?
we've got the biggest showrooms in Sydney,
Massive.
and we're just about to put 2 brand new showrooms on the next floor.
Wow.
New Tech and Watson's.
Wow.
And then there's going to be an education for Watson's coming to Australia too, on equipment.
That's awesome.
And there's going to be seminars and workshops being run on that as well. So we've probably got the biggest showrooms.
One thing I know about you, if I don't talk to you for about 3 weeks, you've done something new. So I'm trying to match that. I'm trying to match that.
There's something evolving every day.
Always.
And I'm always looking for it.
100%. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Over and out, guys. You gotta get on the Gym Solutions. If you're opening a gym, even if it's a boutique, you've got a hotel, whatever it is, Gym Solutions has your solutions.
.com.au.
.com.au. That's it. Awesome.